Hello, and thank you for joining me for addressing the needs of culturally responsive teaching. Based on the findings of the literary analysis survey that was conducted at my school, we were able to identify a number of areas that require improvement in addition to some encouraging outcomes from the program. The accompanying chart demonstrates that in order for Bloomfield Middle School's literary literacy program to meet the state's AYP or adequate yearly progress requirements, we need to make changes. Providing multicultural resources to students and promoting interdisciplinary and cross departmental collaboration among teacher teams are two areas where the program excels. Here, how are you going to reconcile the need to recover required curriculum materials with the goal of igniting a love of literacy? Of a love of reading and literacy in your students when they exhibit differing degrees of enthusiasm. Pekriki and Gear 2013 stress how important it is to recognize that parents come from a variety of backgrounds, including socioeconomic class, ethnicity, and culture. This understanding is essential for developing inclusive and successful literary initiatives in learning environments. Teachers can adapt their methods to engage and support parents and learners by having a thorough understanding of the diverse backgrounds of parents. This acknowledgement promotes an atmosphere that is more welcoming as and a deeper comprehension of the opportunities and difficulties that may be particular to families from diverse backgrounds. Parents come from a variety of backgrounds, including socioeconomic class. Developing inclusive and effective literary initiatives in learning environments requires an understanding of this. Teachers who are well versed in the varied backgrounds of parents can modify their approach to better involve and assist parents and learners. This recognition fosters a more inclusive environment and a better understanding of the opportunities and challenges that may be unique to families from these different backgrounds. Now, changing our attention to Frazalo and Hammond, their study emphasizes the importance of family and community partnerships, especially in low income or communities of color. These communities frequently confront particular difficulties in building solid relationships between families, schools, and the larger community, and this is essential to successfully addressing these difficulties. In these situations, schools can serve as centers that offer resources, support, and a feeling of family identity in addition to education. Building these partnerships requires choosing books and materials that are appropriate for the target culture, according to Ferlazzo and Hammond. In order to ensure that the resources offered are relevant to the varied backgrounds and experiences of the students and their families, the school librarian and other community members need to work together. Culturally appropriate resources foster a more inclusive and friendly learning environment while also empowering students by confirming their identities. This method can help close the gap between the home and the school by recognizing and appreciating the diversity of cultures in the neighborhood. Now, when we wrap this all together, Pericki and Gear emphasize that in order to improve parent, child, and educator interactions, it is critical to acknowledge the diversity of parents' backgrounds and involve families more fully in literacy programs in order to strengthen family and community partnerships, which are especially important in marginalized communities. For Lazo and Hammond advise choosing culturally relevant resources. These tactics promote mutual understanding, collaboration, and support among parents, teachers, and the community at large, making education more inclusive and successful for all learners. Now here I have, just to show you the lesson plan that I have prepared, using collaborative online tools to improve comprehension and writing with digital literacy. This is just up here for you to review. I don't want to have to go through every step. But materials, resources, you need computer classrooms or Chromebooks, internet access to the school Google account for docs. We need the rubric for assessing students, and very important, we need accessible resources for ELL and or special education students. We are going to introduce a Google Docs group led by the teacher. We're going to have teacher-guided tour of Google Docs and their functionalities. We're going to create small groups. We're going to have a collaborative writing exercise. They're going to do an evaluation of the collaborative work by peers. We're going to have thoughtful conversations about how this affects our digital cooperation. The way that we are going to group the students, it's going to be heterogeneous groups of students of 3 to 4. And we're going to make sure that we consider the diverse learners. When we are thinking about assessment, we're going to have a formative evaluation through teacher observation and group activities. We're going to have self and peer evaluation using a provided rubric. And the summative evaluation, we're going to have a discussion, a reflective essay, or a private oral discussion. Again, this is so the learners can all have, it's all differentiated and can meet each of their needs. And then upon completion of this, the students will compare their prior knowledge with what they have learned to discuss how digital collaboration has affected their writing and comprehension skills. Okay, now we're moving on to implementing a lesson plan with best practices. An inventive method that utilizes technology and cooperation to improve writing comprehension while promoting digital literacy is the use of collaborative online tools to raise the students' reading comprehension. In addition to introducing students to the benefits of group work, this lesson plan shows how Google Docs and other digital tools can be used as a productive platform for collaborative learning. It highlights how speaking, writing, and reading are all related to one another, and how mastery of one area can greatly advance mastery of the others. Students can easily collaborate, edit, and co-author documents by using Google Docs and other similar digital platforms. This allows them to work together to produce well-written assignments. As a result, they improve not just their writing skills, but also their comprehension and analysis of their written content. Students are urged to consider critically how digital collaboration has affected their writing and comprehension abilities as they go through this process. They might find that working together to edit, provide feedback, and brainstorm ideas, they can improve the coherence, they can polish it, and they can structure their writing. Furthermore, giving and receiving feedback in real time can help them comprehend the subject matter that is being covered. As students collaborate and provide helpful feedback to each other, this lesson plan is not only encourages digital literacy, but it is also vital to interpersonal and communication skills. Teachers can create a dynamic learning environment where students not only become more proficient writers, but they are also adept at understanding and interacting with written content in the digital age by using collaborative online tools such as Google Docs. Now we move on to media and digital strategies. One very important thing is to ensure that we are supporting our struggling readers. One way that we could do this is to use Edpuzzle. It is a useful strategy that has many benefits for the students. Videos and the interactive components can be included into this educational technology platform to improve the learning process. It becomes a useful tool for supporting students, especially English language learners or ELL, and struggling readers when used in a way that encourages collaborative content creation and customization of the learning materials. When we discuss digital literacy skills, they are fostered through collaboratively creating written content within the Edpuzzle platform. Digital tool usage and navigation are taught to students, which is important for both the workplace and modern education. In the digital age, disability is advantageous not only for students who struggle with reading, but for all students alike. The accessibility for ELL students and struggling readers in particular, Edpuzzle's accessibility features are very helpful. The learning process can be considerably improved by having the option to pause the video and add subtitles. The ability to pause and replay video segment aids ELL students who might require more time to process information and allows them to learn at their own pace. In the meantime, the additional text support, which improves comprehension and strengthens vocabulary acquisition, can also help struggling readers. And I can also tell you from a personal point of view, I have used Edpuzzles with my own daughters when they have needed help. And I have personally found it very helpful that we can go back and rewatch a segment if we do not understand a certain section. So as a teacher, as a mother, I do find this very valuable. We can also customize to further assist the struggling readers. They can use other online resources alongside Edpuzzle. There's a library online resource that they can use their Chromebooks. There's a plethora of reading materials tailored to various reading levels. This empowers students to choose texts that align within their abilities, making the learning experience more personalized and giving them just a better feeling about themselves. There's also text-to-speech technology, where this is for struggling readers. For the Chromebook extensions, there are additional useful resources. With the help of this feature, students can have text read aloud to them, which helps with fluency and comprehension. Learning can be made more inclusive by allowing students to personalize the experience and change the reading speed to fit their own reading level. And last, we have collaborative group writing, where we use Chromebook for collaborative group writing to improve our literacy. Students can exchange ideas, offer criticism, and produce more thorough and well-written papers when they collaborate to produce written content. This method fosters communication and collaboration in addition to improving writing abilities. I can also speak to this personally. Again, not, as a student myself, I have, and teacher myself, I have used this to work collaboratively with my peers in the professional setting, where we work on a Google Doc together and we help each other and give each other ideas. Okay, so the school-wide literacy initiative, developing a school-wide literary initiative that incorporates culturally responsive instruction calls for a team effort and continual dedication. By adding these components, we'll be able to support and develop learning and have a learning environment where students' cultural diversity is respected and valued, while we're also improving their literacy. If we look here, to develop a lesson into a school-wide literacy program, these are some things. There's a quick how-to guide. We can use assessment and needs analysis, set clear goals. Professional development is absolutely a must. Curriculum development, diverse classroom libraries, parent and community engagement, language support, assessment and progress monitoring, inclusive pedagogy, celebrate cultural events, feedback and adaptation, evaluation, culturally responsive leadership, and data-driven improvement. So I hope that you enjoyed and that you did learn something from what we spoke about today. If you could just click right here so you can put a survey regarding the information that you received today. These are open-ended responses, and I hope that you take the time to complete this so I can gain some feedback and make some changes as necessary. I want to thank you for your time and have a wonderful day. Thank you.